Coming up on Spotlight on Florida, a championship celebration in South Florida.
And Daytona Beach will continue to be the cheerleading capital of the world.
There's new rules signed into law about your local beach, and we'll show you how art and hospitality are mixing. I'm Joel Silver.
And I'm Melissa Cimento in the Spotlight on Florida studios.
Let's get into some headlines.
South Florida is still absolutely buzzing after the Florida Panthers brought the Stanley Cup home again for the second year in a row. We've got some fantastic highlights from their recent victory parade right through the streets of Miami. And let me tell you, the energy was electric. Residents, tourists, everybody there to see this spectacle. That famous silver trophy has been on quite the tour, making appearances everywhere, from golf carts to boats, and naturally at the center of some of the very lively parties across the region. You can definitely bet that fans were on the lookout for Coach Paul Maurice and his now legendary cat-themed shirts. This is his trademark. Now, it's clear South Florida is embracing its champions, and the Panthers are definitely feeling the love, promising this victory lap is one for the books. What a time for hockey in the Sunshine State, and congratulations to the Panthers. Awards and recognitions now. Big news for Daytona Beach today as the city locks in a major dose of high-flying energy for years to come. The world-renowned NCAA and NDA Collegiate Cheer and Dance Championships will continue to call Daytona Beach home through 2030. You heard me right. Everybody wants to be in Florida. This is the premier event for college spirit squads, and Varsity Spirit just announced this exciting long-term commitment. That means the iconic Ocean Center and the historic Daytona Beach bandshell will keep buzzing with thousands of talented student athletes and their fans. This championship is a huge draw. Last year alone, over 470 teams filled 38 area hotels. And looking ahead, 2026 marks an incredible 30th anniversary for the event in Daytona, famous for those amazing moments of teams celebrating with their trophies right in the Atlantic surf. It's pretty cool stuff. Local leaders are thrilled, highlighting the significant economic boost and national spotlight this brings. It is definitely a testament to Daytona's vibrant hospitality and its knack for hosting world-class events that create lasting memories. So, you heard me right, for the next 5 years and likely beyond, Daytona Beach remains the heart of collegiate cheer and dance. Good luck, Daytona. Congratulations.
All right, I love that story, and this may not surprise you, but our own Melissa Cimento was a cheerleader herself. Is that right?
Yes, I was an NCAA cheerleader.
How about that?
Yes, used to go to national championship every year in Dallas.
And what do you think about this now in Daytona Beach? For the next 5 years, they're going to continue to be there.
I think it's great. I mean, everybody loves to come to Florida and Florida beaches, so I think it's fantastic.
It's going to be quite a sight. I mean, it must be amazing to have all those people together from all over the country, and then right now it's going to be here in Florida. Continue to be here in Florida.
Yes, it's very energetic and like electric. All the cheerleaders all in one place, and in Florida, I think it's great.
That's pretty cool. Okay, now to wrap up our headlines, our continuing coverage of the 2025 legislative session.
The session has concluded, but Governor Ron DeSantis is now signing bills into law, some that deal with tourism. This week, Governor DeSantis signed Senate Bill 1622. The bill protects public beach access in Florida and gives power to local governments when it comes to the customary use of beaches. It repeals a law passed in 2018 which allowed beachfront property owners to reserve the sand along their lots for private use. This bill is about restoring local control and cutting the legal red tape and putting our residents first, DeSantis said. We return the authority back to local communities. Cities and counties can now adopt ordinances recognizing recreational customary use, walking, fishing, sunbathing, swimming, without having to obtain a judicial declaration. So new rules when it comes to beaches in your area.
Time now for coverage of a big Florida event. This week, we check in with the Opal brand of hotels. So during the summer months, hospitality professionals are always looking for ways to attract tourists and locals into their venues. Opal Hotels is using art as that attraction. They just wrapped up a 6-city tour with Solo the Artist. It was a successful tour that allowed locals and tourists to meet the artist in the lobby of various hotels around the state. It's pretty cool. The artist was accompanied by his team and several team members from Opal. They all toured the 6 cities, and it was pretty fun. The artist shared details of his story from basketball to modeling to art. including his time in Los Angeles working with some pretty big shows. Spotlight on Florida cameras. We're on the scene at one of the stops.
I came to see the artist. I think he's got a great vision of how his art is projected, and he's got a great story behind all of his paintings that he does.
We're building memories and providing an environment and curating an environment for our audience that is filled with personality and filled with different components to experience. It really is going to emphasize their memories, and it's going to help them really enjoy their time, learn something new, or get inspired.
Hey, I'm Darnell Solo, the artist. I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. I got a basketball scholarship to go play basketball in Colorado at Otero Junior College, and then I played at Lynn University down in Boca Raton, Florida. And then I played 2 years professionally over in Denmark, and that's where I got discovered as a model. And so I started modeling down. After I got injured in Denmark, I started modeling down in Florida, and that's where I got into commercials and TV. That's where I became an actor. And then I ended up taking my acting out to LA, and I've been out in LA for the last 11 years. And while I was out in LA, that's where I discovered art, and I self-taught myself how to be an artist. Today we are here because we had an idea, me and my friend Carrie Morrissey had an idea of how we can combine art and travel. And I love to travel, and I'm an artist, as you could tell, but I wanted to find a way to build a bridge to be able to combine those two industries and connect with more people and share art while we can create community. And we were able to do that tonight, which is a blessing. This exhibit that we are here exhibiting is titled Our Journey Together. It's the story of Ama and Amor told through 6 episodes through a limited series. And what I wanted to do is combine my career of acting and art in this exhibit and tell a limited series through 6 episodes of paintings and leave it with a cliffhanger of how their journey ends or begins.
We're very pleased with the comments. Everybody enjoyed the energy around the art, not just art itself. We believe that it's presenting something unique, something complex, and with a great content and storytelling. It's a part of who we are as a company, but also as a brand. And we are trying to supply our audience with a consistent programming and the unique stories. They're not always around the art, but it can be around unique food and beverage activation, and that's a part of our DNA as hoteliers. And it was a great exchange of human energy in our lobby, which is the definition of hospitality. We were really happy to present this to our, not to our guests, but also to our community, and everybody had a great time.
This is a great hotel. It's got great amenities. It's got a great location here on the beach. I love it.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the Cirque St. Armand's and the Opal Collection. I mean, I've said this continuously throughout the night. The people here, the staff here, the team here, they have defined hospitality for me, man. As soon as I walked in, I saw the posters and ads that they put out for me, and they embraced me. The energy here, you could tell that this team is based in organic energy, and I'm an energy person, so I'm appreciative that this place has allowed me to be in reciprocal energy. And this turnout tonight is because of all of the marketing that they did. We had a great turnout. I didn't get a chance to sit down really ever. I got to talk to and meet a lot of people. This interview was delayed because I even met some more people from Augusta where we got to talk, and just hearing people's perspective and hearing how the art made them feel and how it resonated, and how some people were able to look past just the initial art and really spend time with the art. Because as you can see, like on these pieces right here, it's not until you get up close to them that you see a lot of the language and the conversation that's happening, and that's intentional because it's just like what we're doing right now. Until you get to know someone, you don't get to learn these things. So these people that took the time and come up and tell me that they discovered a lot of the things meant the world to me, man.
It's time to talk tourism, and we got a fun one for you today. We are going to be joined by our friends at Zoo Miami. First time on Spotlight on Florida, an interview with one of our great zoos in Florida, and this one's a good one. Joining us, Will Elgar, who's the zoo director, and also here, look at this, Yosani Torres, who is the animal care supervisor of the Australia section. Now, you all don't know this, but this interview started a little bit late because Yosani was out in the field. You can tell she's out there. The job of a animal supervisor, Yosani, it never ends, right?
Yeah, so every day is very unpredictable. We've got a lot of different things that we need to address with the animals. And so this morning I was caught up with some dingoes that we have here in the Australia section that needed a little bit of medical attention. They're doing good. And then I came over here to meet up with Goliath. So sorry about the delay.
We heard there was a dingo issue. All right, here we go, folks. This is what we're talking about first today. Now, you can't hardly, he's so big you can't see him behind me. But here's Goliath behind me on our backdrop. But this is, if you were watching last week, we reported to you this exciting news about Goliath. And Yosani, give us the update. It was a Father's Day, great story. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so recently, actually, we'll kind of rewind. So we have been trying to breed our tortoises for a very, very long time. Goliath has actually been here for very many years. He actually arrived at Zoo Miami back in 1981. And although he's had a lot of ladies, we haven't had any success with the eggs that we've collected over the years. But this year, we were able to collect 8 eggs from our female sweet pea. And we took them over to the incubator. We didn't have super high hopes because we just wasn't sure. It's been so many years without being able to breed these guys successfully. And much to our surprise, 1 out of the 8 eggs was actually viable, and we actually had a Galapagos tortoise baby hatch for the first time in Zoo Miami's history, which is pretty exciting. So this Father's Day was Goliath's first Father's Day ever, and he is 135 years old, so that's pretty crazy.
And forgive me for not knowing this, but is that old in turtle age?
It's a little bit up there, but I mean, these guys can live a pretty long time. So I'd say he's probably on the upper end of middle aged. The oldest on record was 175. So Goliath still's got a long way to go.
Man, I'm jealous on 2 fronts now. He lives this long life and he can have kids this late into life. I mean, that's unbelievable. I love it. Will, you got to talk to me here. I mean, this has got to be so exciting to have this kind of news at the zoo.
Oh, this is just awesome. It's just a feel-good story. And when you think about it, a 135-year-old father for the first time, it's almost like never say never. And for these guys, he's almost like hit his prime right now, ready to go. And we look forward to hopefully seeing that maybe he can continue to do this, which will help with the species as we move forward. But for me, he's a hero. He's just got to be a hero for everyone. And being a father myself, and now that he's a father, I think it's one of those things he can be very proud.
Yosani, talk to me about the reaction from your guests and how excited everybody is. Probably all of the whole city.
Oh yeah, no, everyone is super excited. Ever since the release went out, everyone that comes to the Galap Yard has been asking about the baby and how it's doing. We do daily encounters with our Galapagos tortoises, so the guests are actually able to come into the Galapagos Tortoise Yard and hang out with them and give them scratches and meet Goliath up close. And everyone's been asking and raving about it, so it's been a huge deal. And even for the staff here, it's a huge monumental achievement, and we are just so excited, and hopefully we can have some more babies.
That's awesome. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, and I want to make sure I don't get any emails from moms out there, so I got to ask about Mom. Mom's not in the picture, but how's Mom doing?
Mom is doing really, really good. So we've actually seen a little bit of breeding activity from these guys since the egg laying. So we're hoping later on in the year we'll be able to have more babies. But Mom is doing great. I can actually try to find her and see if you guys can get a good look at Mom. I can walk over.
Okay, if you want to do that, we can talk to Will for a little bit, because Will, we want to make sure we also include just some general information. We got people from all over the tourism industry and the public watching us. So let's talk about zoos. Any other exciting news actually from Zoo Miami? What's going on in the world?
Yeah, so here at Zoo Miami, it's a real fun time because we're coming into the summer. It's summertime for kids, everyone coming in here. And we recently, in April, opened our new Wild Connection, which is our home of our ambassador animals, which means for the first time in zoo history, we will have cheetahs on habitat, which means you'll be able to see our cheetahs out there. So usually they were part of our ambassador team and part of our presentations, but now they've actually got this beautiful new habitat that you'll be able to see them on, as well as some of our other ambassadors, like our vultures. We have dinosaurs right now. Who doesn't love dinosaurs? Everybody loves dinosaurs. We have them here. We have the animatronic dinosaurs. They're incredible. My kids run around here. They want to see them. Everyone, they want to see the T-Rex. So that's great fun for them to come. But the nice thing is that we're really investing a lot of funds into Zoo Miami now. We're coming up to being like nearly 45 years here. And what we're doing is we're starting to renovate all of our exhibits. We're looking at changing some things out. You're going to see a lot of construction, and we appreciate you bearing with us, but we're invested into Zoo Miami and this year we're going to be breaking ground on a new giraffe expansion. We're going to sort of quadruple the size of the exhibit and hopefully make it multi-species out there and really dynamic for an animal well-being. We have a new tiger expansion coming where you're going to be able to get nose to whiskers with our tigers, so really up close to them. And we're also going to be investing in a new animal hospital that is going to be guest-facing, so you're going to be able to see what our vets do on a daily basis, which is going to be incredible learning opportunity, educational opportunity for everyone. So lots going on here. We love that. We're moving forward, and it all helps us with our mission of conservation and how we want to do that and keep moving forward.
Oh, man, I love hearing that. Give me a quick breakdown of the zoo in terms of size and animals and guests per year. Give us some numbers.
Yeah, so we're the 5th largest zoo in the US, which is great. We're 750 acres. We have over 2,000 animals, which are made up of over 375 different species. We have 4 miles of walkway. So we're not just a zoo that you can come and see animals. We're a healthy zoo. You can come and walk around here. You can do your walks. You can do some little joggings and runs. We do have a big group of mothers that come in with their pushchairs and strollers coming around in the morning. So it's a great opportunity. But we're also an accredited botanical garden. So we also have a lot of different species of plants as well, flora and fauna. So we have a lot going on here and a lot of options for people when they actually do come.
That's amazing. Okay. We've got good news. Our roving reporter out there in the field, I think I see Yosani is back. Yosani, did you find Mom?
Yes, I found Mom, and she is in her typical favorite hiding spot that we have that's in the middle of the yard under these nice palms here. She likes to hang out. This is Sweet Pea, and Sweet Pea is about 85 years old, estimated.
Young.
Yes.
That's amazing. So if people come to the zoo and they're excited about this story, Yosani, what are they going to see? They can see Mom, Dad, maybe not the hatchling yet. What do we got?
Yeah, so they can definitely come meet Mom and Dad up close. Like I said, we offer the encounters daily, and you guys can meet them up close. Baby is still behind the scenes right now. We are monitoring the hatchling very, very closely. They are actually under the care of our Cloud Forest team, which is the reptile team that has a lot of experience with baby reptiles, and they've been teaching us the ropes on how to take care of the kid. I sent some photos, but the kid is doing really well. It's starting to eat greens and flowers and different foliage they've been offering, and seems to be very strong and healthy.
I love it. Yosani, I know you probably have a lot to do, so I just have to ask you here, how much do you love your job? It seems like you love this.
Yes, I have always wanted to work at Zoo Miami. I love working with animals. and the zookeeping field was definitely where I could see myself. This is the home zoo that I grew up coming to, and I've always been fascinated. We have an amazing collection. The staff is incredible. So just being able to be a part of this team is literally my dream come true, and I've been here about 10 years, and I can't see myself doing anything else.
Well, that's awesome, Yosani. I know you have to go. Thanks for joining us out there and making that work. And we could see in person. We could see the stars of the show there. That was so cool. Goodbye, sweet pea. You look great. Well, I mean, I love it. And I love seeing the smile on your face while this is going on. Tell me, just about the whole zoo industry. What's the outlook now? And, these are the moments that you just love, right?
I do. And I've got to give a shout out to the team that work here. They are tremendous. Every member of staff, whether it's horticulture, guest facing or animal care, they do a tremendous job looking after our animals and looking after our guests. So kudos to all of them. And I'm just here to facilitate that for them. But I think that's a great question about the industry, the zoo industry itself. So when you look at it as a whole nationwide, it's like a $3.1 billion industry. It's a pretty significant industry. And in Florida, I think the zoos probably bring in around $350 to $400 million worth of revenue annually. And with Florida being such a big tourist state, we love that. We love bringing people in from all over the place, all over the world to come and see the amazing things we have in Florida, especially down here in Miami. We love bringing people in, being able to educate them, teach them about conservation and raise that awareness with what we want to do. Our mission is uniting everyone to understand how to restore and preserve wildlife. And by doing that, by having people coming in and meeting Yosani and meeting Goliath, that's a huge part of what we do. So we're really, really happy about that. Now, the industry itself, I think what we look at is that coming out of COVID, we all saw this big bump. Everyone wanted to get out, everyone wanted to do that. And I think now what we're seeing, we're back plateauing at the numbers we had pre-COVID, right. So which is great. So from that standpoint, I think we're back to those baseline numbers that we can continue to build from.
That's awesome. I mean, and we know in Miami-Dade, I mean, you have some great tourism organizations, groups, hotels, restaurants. I mean, everything down there. CDVs is. I mean, so in terms of marketing and the outreach, what kind of work do you do in conjunction with everybody else down there, and other marketing things to do in terms of attracting new or returning visitors?
Sure, that's a great question. Now, when we look at our demographics, we're a local zoo. We are Miami Zoo. So we have probably around about 65 to 70% of our clientele being local community. So we do a lot of outreach in the community. We do a lot of working with the different organizations to create the most accessible opportunities for people to come and visit us. Now, not only that, we do work with other facilities as well. So we have the Summer Savings Pass. So we work with a couple of facilities that are up in actually West Palm. With Cox Science Museum and also with Lion Country Safari. So with that, we get that outreach of being able to have people in different counties to be able to come in and experience what we can all do. And I think for Florida tourism, especially Miami-Dade, the more we work together, the better, because then we've got so much to offer down here. We want to be helping everyone and how we do that. So we do that on various different levels, various different partnerships. And promotions that we can do. So we will have bits and pieces coming out. I think we recently did the 50% off for the museums month and working through that. So that was a big opportunity for us to work and share as much as we can with people. If I could, everyone could come in for free because I want people to learn, but we do have operational costs that we have to cover. So we have to do something. But I think with what we have to offer, we really want to be out there and share it with our community, with tourists, with anyone who wants to visit. So
I love it. And that's where all the funding comes from, right? Or do you get any funding from city, county, anything?
We do, yeah. So we're a county zoo. So we do have subsidies from the county, but we also have our revenue generation. So we work with both of that. But as I said, we are a community asset. We are a county park. So we love being part of Miami-Dade County Parks. We're like the jewel within the parks department and wanting to drive people down there from our nature centers and from wherever in Miami-Dade County. So.
Unbelievable. Legendary Zoo Miami. Everyone knows about it, but I mean, it was great to feature here on Spotlight on Florida. Will, I mean, thanks so much for joining us. One of our first guests on Spotlight on Florida. So we've loved having you here.
Appreciate the time. Thank you so much. And great talking to you. And yeah, you got to come on out and see Goliath.
We need to be there in person. You're right. I need to come down to see that. That's awesome. All right. We thank you for joining us. That wraps up for this edition of Tourism Talk. We'll see you next time.